In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the rear side brake hose on this Ford F-250. This is the one that goes from the line that goes across your differential onto the caliper. Let's get started. A 14mm socket is needed to take off the banjo bolt. Put that on, break it free. Fluid will leak at this point, keep that in mind. In order to stop this from leaking, of course you are going to have a collection bucket, but you can also use something such as pliers or hose pinchers here to get the flow restricted through the brake hose. And then you can continue removing this bolt. The caliper will still leak because there's fluid in it. As you can see, one of the copper washers fell down. The other one is stuck on the hose, so that's okay. If it gets stuck on the caliper, remove it. Same with the banjo bolt. Speaking of the banjo bolt, you're going to want to inspect this, make sure it's in good condition and reusable. Mine is. If yours isn't, replace it. An 11mm flare nut wrench is what you'll need for the line, the flare fitting side, and I'm going to hold the brake hose with a 16mm. It's supposed to be also held on here, but my bolt is long gone, so I have to hold it with a wrench. Break this free, and the reason I'm doing it like this is because my fitting is actually stuck on the line, and I'm going to twist the hose off the fitting instead of trying to twist the fitting and potentially breaking this line as I try to remove it. Having said that, as we remove this fitting, keep in mind that fluid will leak out of it because the brake line is full of fluid and there's no way of restricting that easily. There we go. Now fluid is actively dripping, so I'm going to get the new hose and slide it over the line, twist it onto the threads, just like that. This will leak into my collection bucket now, but I don't want to crimp it down because I don't want to damage the new hose. Having said that, grab the same tools, 16 and 11. There we go. And snug this up. Just give it a quick quarter turn after it's bottomed out completely. That should get it as tight as it should be. On the caliper side, take the banjo bolt, put a new copper washer on that bolt. Take the hose, make sure it's facing the right way with this cutout facing you. Stick the bolt through. And then on the other side, another copper washer. Basically, the hose gets sandwiched in between. Stick this on the caliper, tighten it up, make sure this starts on smoothly, which it does. Bottom it out. Once it's bottomed out, the torque for this is 35 foot-pounds. And that's it right there. What you're looking to do is crush those two copper washers to make a nice tight seal. This hose is a little bit twisted, and I know I could tighten up the line a little bit more. So I'm going to give it a quick snug, and then obviously if you still had this bracket here, you'd want to secure it. That right there should have been a bolt, and it would hook on like that. Now let's gravity bleed this caliper because the line is new. So take this cap off the bleeder screw, and I'm going to use a 3/8 wrench to crack this open. Oh, there we go. Fluid's already coming through, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow gravity to pull the fluid down into the caliper, push all the air out, and basically once you have a steady trickle of fluid with no air bubbles coming out, you should be good to go. You can, if you want, perform a full manual brake bleed, but the gravity bleed should take care of all the air. While I wait for the gravity bleed to be complete, I'm going to clean off the entire line here at the fitting and the hose, just so I can make sure there's no brake fluid on anything. I have an assistant in the vehicle. My master cylinder is full, and they're going to pump up the brake pedal for me and hold pressure on it so we can bleed the system. This, I'm going to put a piece of hose over the bleeder screw just so it doesn't shoot straight out. Go ahead and pump up. Okay, holding pressure. I'm gonna loosen this up.
Down.
Okay, lots of air. Go ahead and pump again.
Holding.
Okay, they're holding. Crack this free. There we go.
Down.
All right, pump again. You want to do this until there's no more air coming out through this bleeder screw.
Holding. Down.
All right, that was good. You can let go of the brake pedal. I'm gonna remove my hose. And there we go. If there was any brake fluid on this caliper, clean it off with some brake parts cleaner. And if you still have the cap for it, cap it off so it doesn't get clogged up with debris. Because we removed fluid from the system, let's top off the brake master cylinder with clean brake fluid. Turn the cap counterclockwise. If you have a lot of debris around, clean this off first. This boot, the rubber piece from the cap, sometimes gets stuck on the master cylinder, in which case you're going to need to pull that off separately. And the full line is right here. It says max. That's where you're going to want to fill it up to. So top it off with .3 brake fluid, like I said, up to the max line, which you can see right on the side. To help see it better, you can use a flashlight. That'll light up the brake fluid a little bit. As you can see, ours is topped off, so I'm going to cap it off at this point, and off you go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.